So yesterday, boxing fans were getting word that this fight was going to get announced between Spence and Crawford. Now, I didn't believe it was going to happen, right? I didn't necessarily believe it was going to happen because it's a Fox event. It really just don't make sense. But this is a narrative that's been built up leading up to this fight with Ruiz and Ortiz, right? That the Spence and Crawford fight was going to be announced this weekend for November 19th. It didn't happen. None of the sort, nowhere even close. And I think we should come to the realization that this fight ain't gonna be announced until it's announced. It's not gonna be some mysterious way it's gonna be announced. Is it even happening? I don't know. The November date for November 19th at MGM Grand is still available. The date for T-Mobile Arena for that date is no longer available. Joe Coy has that date, the comedian. So yeah, there won't be no that's the only date that's looking like that fight could possibly happen. Not to mention Gervonta Tank Davis is planning on fighting in December. So is Spence and Crawford gonna happen? I don't fucking know at this point. I will say this too to the box fans out there that's kind of waiting on this thing, or to those who may be on the cusp of giving up. Don't believe nothing you hear about this shit. Don't believe no news you hear about this fight. Don't believe no nothing. Everything that's been about this fight has been a lot of nonsense, and there's been a lot of bullshit. And really, if I'm honest, none of it came true. None of it's been proven to be true. None of it came true. The fighters themselves hasn't came out and said nothing. Floyd Mayweather himself hasn't came out and said nothing. And that's the guy who said, if you don't hear from me, then don't believe it. I think we forgot about that part. But everybody got these little sources, right? It seemed like boxing fans, I'm just a messenger. People tend to tell me shit, right? But everybody got these sources and shit. And it's like, what are your sources hearing? Are your sources just making up shit? Because a lot of these dudes seem to have these insiders from PBC and all this other stuff, right? And then this is how this type of stuff gets spreaded out. But we already knew they wasn't going to announce that fucking fight on a Fox event. It wasn't being promoted by Fox. It just wasn't being promoted by Fox. So why would they even announce the event? But this is just something that fans were kind of looking forward to, really, because let's be honest, it's September 5th today. September 5th. And you figure October will be here, Wilder's fight, pay-per-view fight. And then, then we go carry on to the next month, which would be November. And we still ain't got word. Now, for some guys, said that they spoke to some people that run the things over there at MGM. And they said the next big fight is in November. They didn't reveal any names, though. They didn't have any names. But they said the next big fight is in November. Tay Jones said that he's booking his fight for the weekend for November. For those who don't know, right? For those who missed the stream yesterday, Tay Jones said, finna book MGM for November 19th weekend. Now, Tay Jones is Wilder's, Team Wilder. That's Wilder's boy, right? So, yeah, why would he be booking anything for MGM on November 19th, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I think the fight is happening on that date. It's just a matter of when they will announce this shit. But that whole thing about them announcing the fight on Sunday, I seen somebody where they said they got an inside source that this fight will be announced this Sunday at the Ruiz Ortiz fight. But man, it's just been a lot of fake news, man. And if you see it on Twitter, you gotta really, really take it with a grain of salt, man. Unless it comes from like Espinoza, Crawford, Spence, Floyd Mayweather, somebody like that, I would necessarily wouldn't even believe it at all, you guys. Not even for me. And I'm just setting a record here. Like, look, man, anything that comes out about this fight, just don't even believe it. Don't believe it until you see it. Till that fight is official, from ESPN showing it, Showtime Boxing showing it, like official date, set, sealed, delivered. Then we can like, okay, it's done. But everything else, man, just been a lot of hearsay from fans and shit. And I'm really tired of it. Really tired of it. And honestly, I would like this to be the last video I talk about this matchup until it actually happens. It's just stupid shit, man. Stupid shit. Is it even gonna happen though? Is it even gonna happen? Spence said if it doesn't happen now, it's never gonna happen. So are we gonna be pushing for 2023 with this thing? Who knows? It's 2022. Shit, you figure we got like about three months left until we end of December. It's pretty much over then. Nobody's gonna be wanting to deal with that around Christmas time. Right? Pay-per-views back to back. So yeah, I don't know, you guys. How much longer could this thing get drawn out is the question. It's a lot of fighters that's at the top of the weight division that's kind of waiting for this thing to transpire, waiting for this thing to get signed, still delivered, waiting for this thing to go down. How much longer are these guys going to battle in negotiations if that's really the issue? Is the guarantee still the issue? Or are they simply trying to find a way to announce this thing, right? I don't know, man. Ain't no telling what's really going on. The fight could very well be done. Man, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Tired of it. It's my last video talking about it too. Unless this is my last video talking about Spence versus Crawford. Last video talking about it until the actual fucking fight gets announced, man. If it gets announced, unless we get some official breaking news, not from no inside sources, not from no sources from somebody like Floyd Mayweather, Crawford, or Spence himself telling us, or even Steven Espinoza. Other than that, man, I won't take nothing from Dan Rayfield, Rick Glacier, not even your boy Bushido, because I'm not about to sit out here and just come out here and tell you guys shit, because I be hearing shit, but I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it no more, because some of my guys who may be legitimate guys may be having some guys behind the scenes, maybe getting some information from some guys who may feel some legitimate guys, right? But then they getting some bad information from somebody who may got some, man, it's crazy. So at this point with this Spence Crawford thing, man, it's September 5th. How many weeks we got left to really promote and, training camp and things of that nature? It's not, the clock is ticking. And you figure if once this week is up, it's going to be like, 7 weeks left? That's not enough time. And I highly doubt this fight will happen in 2022 if that happens. So yeah, if it don't get announced this week, then I highly doubt it happens in 2022 at this point. It's back and forth with this fucking shit. This is ridiculous. But yeah, man, this is the next big fight that fans are waiting for. Will we get it? I don't know. Triple G Canelo coming up pretty soon, so we got that to look forward to. Shakur Stevenson going to be fighting later on this month. Clarissa Shields going to be fighting this month. So there's a lot of fighters fighting this month because it's towards the end of the summer, and they want to get the summer fights out the way until we go into the fall. And going into the fall, we were hoping to hear about a Spence and Crawford fight, but it's not necessarily looking like that's happening. So yeah, you're getting videos of Crawford talking about the Charlo thing again. Of course, that was an old interview, I believe, that they re-uploaded or they forgot to upload around that particular time. But nonetheless, man, they talking about the Charlo thing again and shit. Keith Thurman talking about he wants Errol Spence. So it's really not. I don't know, man. Is it looking good? Is it looking bad? I don't know, man. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.